Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're listening to this. This is Coffee with Kevin, and this is my coffee. Yes, this is Dad Fuel, and I need it. Maybe not this morning. I've been awake for a while. I got up a little later than usual, but I got up wide awake. So hey, happy February 25th. Oh my God, we're almost through February. We are almost through February. It is amazing. I hope you're enjoying a nice hot cup of coffee, tea, or whatever drink, whether it's water, whether it's a juice, or whatever it is. Enjoy it with me. Mm-hmm. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Today is the 25th of February. Like I said, 1964, a young Muhammad Ali, beat Robbie Liston. Not his first fight, but one of his first fights. Trivia question. Um, here we go. We're back. My computer was going a little wacky on me and covered the screen. What was Muhammad Ali's original name? What was Muhammad Ali's original name? He created that name, Muhammad Ali, when he became Muslim. And what was it? 1, 2, 3. I'll give you a clue. It wasn't Muhammad Ali. That's not much of a clue. Cassius Clay. Cassius Clay was his name. What else on today? Birthdays. Ric Flair, a phenomenon in the world of wrestling and WWF, WWE, and several other things. He was born in 1949. And Jim Backus. You might not recognize the name. If you saw the face, hopefully you'd recognize him. If you heard the voice, you definitely should recognize him. Jim Backus played Howie Thurston in Gilligan's Island, the millionaire who went for that 3-hour fateful trip. He also played the voice of Mr. Magoo, which was a childhood favorite. A near blind character. One of my childhood favorites. I love watching that cartoon. George Harrison was born today in 1943, and Tia Leone in 1966. I had to look this up. She looked familiar, and doggone it, she was on one of my favorite shows, which is Madam Secretary, and she played Elizabeth McCord, Tia Leone. So yeah, that's today in history. So let's talk about what we're talking about today, and the title of this is The Inner Macgyver. The Inner Macgyver. Now, also known as the inner child, also known as the inner wisdom or the inner sovereignty, which is also wisdom. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about your subconscious mind and how you can start to rely on your subconscious mind for things. So as usual, I've got some quotes, and off those quotes, we'll talk to them. Well, see, I got to get them up first. Okay. The first quote, I'm looking for which one is the best, is the first quote. Okay. Ready? How can you feel confined when you're in touch with the universe? How can you feel confined when you're in touch with the universe? This is actually a Macgyver quote. Now, this inner Macgyver comes from a book called The Macgyver Secret by Lee David Zlotov. Lee David Zlotov actually was the writer. He created Macgyver. And so therefore we're talking about this. But he talks about how he actually got all this inspiration for Macgyver, for the scenes. And every time there were problems or there were deadlines, he'd rely on this inspiration. And so I thought this was great. How can you feel confined when you're in touch with the universe? Because that inspiration, a little bit about being in touch with the universe. Let me ask you this. Oh, we got someone on chat here. Hey, Brenda, my lovely wife, good morning. And Joan, how are you, my friend? Joan, I just love it when you show up, and I love talking with you as well. And of course, I love my wonderful bride. Good morning with a smiley face. I love that. Have you ever had the moments when you're, for instance, taking a shower and all of a sudden inspiration comes to you? That happened to me a lot. And in the book, the Macgyver Secret, Lee talks about this happening to him. And this is where he gets it. And there's another author in there who also tells his stories, and the same thing happens. And I always wondered why, and how come they don't make notebooks for the shower? Did you ever think of that? you probably had those inspirations too. Or when I used to go walking, and I say used to because I haven't been out walking, and when I'm walking on my own in the quiet, all these inspirations come to me, or driving in my car. So what I've learned to do is send myself text messages through through Siri or Amazon, because I use that in the car as well. And I'll get an inspiration. I said, oh, I need to use this. I need to do this. And I do that while walking. I take out my cell phone and say, oh, text me or save a note. And so why do these inspirations come up? And usually there's something that you've been working on or you've been wanting to do. So the subconscious mind is a place that can help you. And it tends to shoot up answers for you or ideas for you when you're distracted. Now, the subconscious is not the conscious. It lies below the conscious. But when our conscious mind gets distracted, meaning we're having to concentrate on something else, and then our subconscious mind says, woo, I got an idea for you. And that's when the ideas flow. All right, let's look at our next text. Not text, but okay. Dr. Joe Murphy wrote the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. He wrote it in 1963. I have read it 3 times or listened to it 3 times in the past year and a half. It is so great. It aligns with everything I knew and believed about the subconscious mind and more. It gave me more information. So he says, just keep your conscious mind busy with expectation of the best. Keep your conscious mind busy with expectation of the best. And your subconscious mind, he doesn't say this here, and your subconscious mind will come through for you. So keeping your subconscious mind busy, like when you're driving, like when you're taking a shower, or walking. An expectation of the best means consciously you want to expect something. You have an intention. And you do that intention ahead of time. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But both of these books I'm talking about, the Macgyver Secret is an easy book. It's a small book. It didn't take long to listen to, 3 hours. The subconscious, Power of the Subconscious, a little longer. I think it was like 8 hours or something. So it's a thicker book if you buy the hard copy. Wonderful, wonderful books explaining how we can take control, take advantage of this thing that actually usually causes us problems. Usually causes, it's the feelings that come up that get triggered by certain things that we don't like, that they're uncomfortable. That's our subconscious mind. That's our memories that might come up that aren't good. That's our subconscious mind. Behaviors that we have that aren't really serving us. That's our subconscious mind. So wouldn't it be cool if it's working all the time for us, but we usually notice the not so good things that it's doing? Wouldn't it be cool if we notice and be able to take advantage of the good thing that it's doing? So that's what these books are about, and that's what this is about. Okay, the last one. I say we trust our instincts. Go with our gut. You can't program that. That's our edge. Another Macgyver quote. Trust our instincts, go with our gut. Now, trusting our instincts and going with our gut is really, the instincts in the gut are the subconscious mind, right? They're the subconscious mind. And so being able to take advantage of that, being able to, those ideas that pop up during the shower. Now, I used to have ideas for writing, because I like to blog, and I like to just write posts. And I've written some books in my latest book, which is the second edition of my last book, Living Your Dream Life. It should be coming out within a month or two. In the shower, I'd have this stuff flowing. Where does it come from? When I wanted it, when I tried to get it, it wouldn't come. And in the shower, all these content, all these ideas, all these stories, or the solution of what I was looking for would come. And while I'm walking, the same thing. And while I'm driving, the same thing. So I was keeping my conscious mind busy doing something. However, what I had done earlier, at an earlier time, and said, I'm frustrated. I need this. I want to learn this. I want to know this, whatever it is I was looking for. And that's how it would work. So we have to trust our instincts, because that's our subconscious mind. That's our inner Macgyver. That's our inner sovereignty, our wisdom coming through us. And that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. I'm checking the chats again now. Yeah, Joan, that is why you're doing great, because you've trusted your subconscious mind. Joan's an old friend of mine. She's gone through so much. She's definitely the epitome of positive thinking that has gotten her through so much physical and emotional problems that she's had over the years. And I'd ask her about the latest illness, and she sounds so positive about it and so wonderful about it. And it has always been my thought that when you can look at the positive part of whatever you're going through, it will get you through it, and you'll get on the other side, and you'll get on the other side much better for it than you know. And so she trusts her subconscious mind. I call them God winks, your gut feelings. It's just a little touch of God, a little touch of God. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful, because the subconscious mind, the way I look at the way we are structured, the way we think, is we have a conscious mind, which is what's going on right now. And you're evaluating everything I think. That's our conscious mind. That's our frontal lobe of the brain, by the way, our neocortex that has all the logic. And we have our subconscious mind, which is the limbic part of the brain, which actually controls the entire body. And then we have our higher self. So our conscious mind and our subconscious mind talk to each other, but there's a bridge there. There's a divide there, and it's called the critical factor or the critical faculty. And it lowers and it kind of goes away when we're daydreaming, when we're rested and stuff like that. But then there's a superconscious mind or higher self, which connects to the wisdom of the universe. Now, the subconscious mind talks directly to that, not the conscious mind. So what we need is a good rapport with that subconscious mind, and for it to have a good rapport with the higher self, or for it to connect to the higher self when we need it, when the subconscious mind doesn't have the answers. And that's how it works. That's how it works. Jerry Cook, good morning. Good morning. This is wonderful. This is a wonderful audience today here on Facebook. I love it. And I love this subject because when you learn to get that rapport with your subconscious mind, now I'm just going to quickly tell you how it was explained in the Macgyver Secret, and how really I think Joe Murphy talked a little bit about this as well, is you have an intent, something that a problem you need to solve. Okay. So you write down the questions that you need answered for that problem. You write down the questions that you need answered for those problems. And yes, that's writing down is very powerful. I teach that for all goal setting. I've been talking about that. I've been teaching that lately in some local groups and to my clients. Writing down is very important for goal setting, but it's very important for this process because it includes your physiology. It includes a lot of things that just keeping it in the mind doesn't do. Now, those examples I gave you of myself, I kept it in the mind. Now imagine how cool and how powerful it is if I actually put those questions instead of in my mind on paper. So you write it down and then you go off and you do something that engages your mind and your body. Walking, driving, even showering, that worked. Lee, in his book Macgyver Secret, talks about he would build puzzles. Matter of fact, at his desk in his office, he asked for a workshop desk to be brought in, and he would build these 3D puzzles. And he got to the point where it takes less than 15 minutes for him to get the answers. So you go off and you occupy your mind in such a way. Don't occupy it with TV or anything like that, or something that you need really deep conscious thinking. Because when we're taking a shower, when we're driving, we don't need we're not driving like this where we need to consciously do that. It's almost automatic, but it still engages our body, it still engages our mind. So you do something like that, do a puzzle, do something maybe on an app, like Brenda does. She does these various different games or coloring on an app. It's wonderful. So you bring the intention first. What is it you're looking for? The problem you want to solve, but questions that you want answered around that problem. And then you go and do this for a little bit and then come back, and then the answer will be there, or the answer will be coming to you as you're doing whatever it is. So you can also do this in the evening. Write it down just before you go to bed. Keep pen and paper near your bed, because as you know, we can have a real vivid dream, and within just minutes of waking up, we have a hard time figuring out what it was. What happened in that dream? This happens to me all the time. Wow. Very good, Jerry. You talk about it all the time. Yeah, you do. You talk about doing what you do. And Jerry, another way looking for the solution of the problems is put a representation of what you think the solution will be on a vision board. That's what Jerry's really good at, really famous for, actually, as I know. So yeah, you can take advantage of this. All right, that's it for today. We had a really good time, a little longer than usual. I love the fact that we have a great audience. If you're liking this, please like this on social media, comment as you already have, and share on your feed, or share it to some people you think this would be really good for. All right, until next week. I had a blast today. I hope you did too. Take care, all. Have a great day. Matter of fact, you know what it is. If you don't need my wishes to have a great day, because it's in your control. You already know that. Make it a great day. Choose to make it a phenomenal day, a phenomenal week. Take care. Bye-bye.